the ParadaPasada.
Combination.
A fabulous combination, really easy and very cool.
So we'll start from open embrace and remembering ochos, where we are aware of the follower's axis. When she's pivoted, we're able to move together to one side or the other, or traveling if we're doing it more traveling. In that place, just like leading a molinete, instead of me moving with Lori, I can invite her to pivot around me without me stepping. And it becomes more of a molinete turn in that moment. So what I can do here is I'm going to pivot her and invite her to step and then stop her with her weight back, but before she collects. If I keep going, she's going to collect and go through into the next step or whatever the next combination is going to be.
And this is one of those places, follows, where if we are so excited about ochos that we're twisting away, I'm just twisting away and having a great time twisting away, he can't stop us for this groovy moment. So by being aware of that place of possibility, any moment, something groovy could happen. Now, look at that, something groovy's happening.
So there's a pause moment, we're still feeling this connection, and we're still connected to each other. And what I'm doing as a lead in my upper body, I'm stopping her, and at that point I'm going to touch the inside of my free leg, since I haven't put weight on this leg, the inside of that leg touching her foot. And the important thing here is as she goes back, that she feels my foot there. So we don't have to look at her foot, but she feels it there. And then at that moment I can just reverse it, bring her back to pivot on that foot, kind of leaving my foot there and letting it kind of float a little bit. So that as Lori pivots, you see how her foot moves. If I don't want to have weight there, because that's going to stop her ability to pivot. So this foot is light and it's just moving with her toe on the floor.
And then, because I feel his foot, I know it's there. So when I get to this point, I know I have to lift my foot up to step over. That's the pasada part.
We'll do that again from this angle so you can see that. Ochos, Lori doesn't know when anything's going to happen. We're just staying present. And then I feel her going back. I'm going to pause. And notice in my upper body, I'm going to reverse that, bring her forward again, and invite a pivot.
Now here's another place of possibility. This is where it can be a real conversation between the lead and the follow. I know there's a foot there. That's the parada part. I know I'm going to step over it, maybe. And I can feel my foot, so I can bring my foot up here and then suggest to go forward, or he can suggest to go forward.
It's a conversation.
It's a conversation moment.
At that moment. So often, like she said, I'm waiting here for her. She might do an adornment there. And when she goes, I'm going to take the lead back. And we're exiting in a forward ocho in this case. So we reverse it again. We're doing back ochos. Let's try it on the other side just so you can see. You can stop her going this way. Invite her to come back up. And she goes, and in this case, when she goes, I'm also going to put my weight onto that foot so we kind of end up facing each other. In this instance, we're still in ochos or cross system. We can do some forward ochos. So the parada is the stop, and that's the parada. It's accentuated by my foot. She feels it. And then the pasada is inviting the invitation for her to pass over. And you'll note for the leaders, there's some nice contrabody when I do this. Because my upper body is inviting Lori to go that way. So I'm turning around that way while my hips are still, my foot's pointing this direction towards her foot. So I'm twisted here.
And we are two fellows. We have a nice twist in our body to stay connected to our lead.
And then invite her to come up and pivot. Again, I twist to invite her to go, and I step and face her. If I do a weight change there, we're stepping right back out again. So this is a nice one, and you'll notice it's a nice musical opportunity to slow things down. We have this pause moment. I could even come forward and say, oh, okay, I'm going to come back and invite her to come forward.
And then as he goes back, if there's space, if it's slow and chewy in the music, or he's leading it that way, I can have a bigger sweep before I come up and over. So some of what is helping me know whether I have time to do that is the rhythm that my lead sets up right before it happens. I can read his twist. He can feel me if I'm suggesting I want to slow down and do a big sweep. and we decide together in that moment.
And I'm definitely listening to what Lori wants to do. So here's a pause in the music. Maybe she wants to say that. And the same thing if we're in close embrace, leading back ochos. I can do the same thing, touch, it's all going to be a little smaller, inviting her to come through. I can still finish that step and end up in ochos. It's still a lovely opportunity just to have a pause moment, a moment of connection here.
Yay.
So have fun with that one too.